Hi, atop Rogers Place, it's Oilers TV's live post-game show. The Oilers with a big 6-3 victory over the New Jersey Devils. A much-needed victory for the Edmonton Oilers after dropping their last two games. They double up the Devils, a team that was coming into this one with a 9-2 mark. New Jersey also happened to be a perfect 5-0 on the road this season. That is until tonight when the Oilers managed to get off the schneid and pick up the win. Here's a quick tale of the tape. Oilers outshoot the Devils 42-33. They win the faceoff battle 67%. Pretty good night. 1-for-1 on the power play. No PKs on this night. Very disciplined game from the Oil. The hits 47-27 in favor of Edmonton. All around a very good win for Edmonton as they look to wrap up this homestand with a victory on Sunday night. So they get the big win over the Devils. The guy that used to play for the Devils talking now, first star of the game, Adam Larsson.
When the team plays good, you try to give it a little spark, and I thought I had a little extra jump in my step today.
And as a team as a whole, is this as close as it comes to just a good win? You guys close it out, get one on the power play. For you guys, what did this feel like tonight?
Yeah, I think so. I thought we came out of the gate pretty good, and after that we just kept it rolling. Obviously it was a 2-2 game at one point, but we answered, and that got us the win.
Adam, I'm not sure what your hit totals were coming into the game, but was being more physical something that you felt you wanted to do? You had 13 hits tonight.
Well, yeah, for me it's, I'm not a power play guy, or I wouldn't say I'm necessarily should have 13 hits a game, but physicality is part of my game, and I did that tonight.
Do you think this is something that can kind of get the momentum going in Edmonton's favor? You guys have kind of been on the verge for a little bit. You just needed a push to get
well, it's a start. Obviously, we have a big hole to fill here, and it's not 2 points. It's not going to get us too far, so we can't really look too far ahead. We can't feel good about it tonight, but realize we have to get back to work tomorrow.
Thank you. Oscar? Oscar, get a goal tonight. I mean, for you personally, how's that feel, and do you think that's something that you can build off of?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, it's been very frustrating, obviously, for the whole team. We're not been scoring that many goals, especially for me too. I've been a big part of it, so it was very nice to get that one over with. And overall, tonight's game, I mean, if we find a way to win, and if we just stay 5-on-5, we're a tough team to play against. So I'm happy about this win for sure.
Judging by the way the season's gone, I mean, when they tie it 2-2, just how big mentally do you think your goal was to respond a minute 1 second after that?
I mean, it was huge. I mean, we all know how tough it is to fighting back to a game and get the tying goal, and then they scored right after. So I mean, it was a big goal, especially for the team, but especially for me too. I mean, it feels really good right now to have that 0 away. So I'm very happy right now.
Is this the kind of win this team can build off of? You get one on the power play, you manage to shut it down late. I mean, it just seems like it has all the earmarks of a game that could really juice you guys.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, like you said, the power play scored right away there. That was a big key for us going into this game. It's not been good enough to win any game. So, but like I said, we stayed out of the box tonight, and we played a lot of ice time 5-on-5. And like I said, we're a tough team to beat if we stay out of the box and play 5-on-5. Thanks.
Patient, and I was just trying to find a spot in the back door and be ready to shoot it, and I put it right on my tape, and I was able to put it in the net.
So the secondary scoring was here tonight, so you just got to keep that going then? Yeah,
for sure. Anytime you get secondary scoring, it's going to help out with the team. You can't rely on one guy or one line to carry the team. It's great that we got secondary scoring, and hopefully we can continue that going forward. It's going to be a big helper for our team.
Do guys get kind of a chip on their shoulder when they hear constantly no secondary scoring, and then they can carry that into a game?
Yeah, I think so. Guys that are consider that secondary scoring group, we kind of take that to heart, and we want to contribute. You can't just sit back and watch other guys do all the work. So you got to find ways to contribute, and you know, you're not going to score every game, but you got to find ways to contribute, and you know, we were able to find that secondary contributions today.
We came in late, but just a thought on getting your first one of the season, getting that one off your back.
Yeah, it's nice to get the monkey off my back. Had a lot of chances lately, hit a couple posts, and missed some good opportunities. So, you know, hopefully it's the first of many to come, and you know, we'll just see what happens next.
I think you got some puck luck tonight. You know, guys going to the net, they were going in off skates and just whatever. Is that a byproduct of going harder than net, or just your puck luck has finally turned in your favor?
A little bit of both. I think you know, early in the season, those bounces weren't necessarily going in. We weren't always going to the net like that, but you know, today we had a lot of opportunities, and we got a couple bounces, and I think that's what our team needed to kind of get us over this little hump here, and hopefully this is the start of a good run here.
We've said that a couple of times. That, you know, is this the game that kind of pushes?
Said it all along, we just found a way to get a goal. Timely scoring, it's been our issue. You know, when we found a way to get the lead and go into the third with a lead, and you know, we did a good job of closing it out.
We can talk about Larsson's game. I mean, playing his old team, he threw 13 hits tonight and was just kind of all over the place.
Yeah, that's a pretty crazy number. I couldn't really believe it when I saw it, but you know, he played great. You know, he's a guy that plays you know, a real physical game, a real tough game, and you know, has a little bit of skill to back it up as well. So you know, he's a special player.
Was this one of the nights when you had, you know, 18 guys contributing and 18 guys? A lot of guys who hadn't had a goal and hadn't had a point got some.
Yeah, I think you know, someone maybe asked me the question a few days ago about not having everyone going. Well, you know, tonight was you know, the first time in a while that we had everyone going and all the lines playing well and playing the right way, and you know, we were rewarded. So that's good to see.
Drake talked about that secondary scoring, the guys that get that label, playing with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. Do you get that sense?
Yeah, you know, they, you know, up and down the lineup, you know, we need balance scoring, and we need to come from all over, and we got that tonight with, you know, I think 6 different goal scorers, so it's a real positive.
Get the sense that Milan going through the motions and happening tonight too.
So you hear it there from Connor McDavid, as well as Drake Caggiula, Adam Larsson, and Oscar Klefbom. All in all, a good, solid victory for the Edmonton Oilers, and they get some much-needed secondary scoring. 6 different goal scorers on this night. A big 6-3 win as the Oilers will look to end this homestand on a positive. Let's take a look at the highlights. It was Connor McDavid finding Drake Caggiula for his first of the year on the power play. Yes, the power play connects for a second straight game, 1-0 Oilers at the 5:40 mark. Then it will be Ryan Strome. Johnny on the spot, Adam Larsson the shot, Strome there. The puck bounces in off of him and past Corey Schneider, 2-0 Edmonton. Later in the period, Miles Wood with the backhand shot, Cam Talbot the save. Guess who's there to bang home the rebound? Yes, indeed, Taylor Hall. He buries his 4th goal of the season. The Oilers with a 2-1 lead going into the second period, and in that second period, New Jersey would tie it. Jesper Bratt with the shot. Nico Hischier doing some work in front. He screens Cam Talbot. The puck actually glances off of the post and hits Talbot's skate and goes in 2-2. Then it's Oscar Klefbom. Bangs home his first of the season with the slapper. Klefbom said it was a monkey off his back to get that one. That made it 3-2. Then later in the period, Anton Slepyshev finds Milan Lucic, another one that banks in off a player, and in. Lucic, of course, wanting that one. Garbage goals count. They're all good. Then it would be Connor McDavid finding Leon Draisaitl down low. He scores to make it 5-2 at that point. And then Brian Gibbons would pick one up for the New Jersey Devils. Gibbons, all of 5'8". This one had to be reviewed because it looked like a high stick, but it ends up being a good goal. 5-3 at that point. Then fortuitous bounce for the Oilers. It's Ryan Nugent-Hopkins to bury one there to make it 6-3. Now, I will point out that Connor McDavid now finds himself on a 5-game point streak. Patrick Maroon, a 7-game point streak. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and Leon Draisaitl with 4-game point streaks themselves. All right, we heard a little bit from Adam Larsson. Our own Chris Westcott had the chance to do a one-on-one with him right after the 3 stars. First star of the game, Adam Larsson, right here with Chris Westcott.
Edmonton Oilers.
All right, thanks a lot, Adam. I don't know if you know this or not yet, but you just set a new career high for hits with 13, and it comes against your former team. Why the emphasis on physicality tonight?
Well, I think I've done it the whole year, but obviously it's a lot of excitement against your old team.
For you guys, did this have all the feelings of maybe exercising the demons? You guys get one on the power play, you get spread out scoring, and you close out the win.
Well, it was nice to finally get a win. I thought this was the closest we've got to a really good game in 60 minutes, so it was good for this group.
All right, congratulations, Adam.
Thank you.
All right, the Edmonton Oilers come away with a 6-3 win against New Jersey. They're back at it Sunday against Detroit.
Our own Chris Westcott speaking with Adam Larsson right after the final buzzer. One other game on the schedule tonight in the National Hockey League. The Nashville Predators taking on the Anaheim Ducks. We'll take a look at those highlights as well.
He's hit by BX, so look for those two to be mixing it up tonight. Yossi jumps into the rush. He comes across the line with speed. Puts it right in front. It goes off the skate of Hartnell and into the net. Scotty Hartnell arrived right as the...
All right, we'll interrupt the Anaheim-Nashville highlights to send it down to the Oilers Hall of Fame room. Todd McLellan speaking to the media right now.
Adam Larsson, I think, finished with 13 hits, 3 shots, 8 or 9 attempts on net, a bunch of blocks. Just your thought on his night and the elevators.
I thought it was a really good night on his behalf. You could see it early. He jumped into the offense. He was moving pucks well in the offensive zone, and then had a bit of a nasty edge to him, a physical edge that was nice to see come back. I think both him and Clef have got better over the past 2 games, kind of being away from each other for a while. Doesn't mean they can't go back together, but they both played 2 pretty good games in the last few nights.
Todd, we've seen some leads disappear recently. Tonight, you had a 2-0 lead. It went away, but you claimed the game back. What did you do differently tonight to make that happen? Actually,
There wasn't a lot of talk on the bench about doing anything differently. It just went our way, and the big thing for us wasn't getting scored on late in the period. In fact, scoring. We broke that trend, and Lucic's goal, I think, came real late in the period, and it gave us a sense of confidence going into the second intermission rather than trying to regroup.
Lucic had a bit of frustration in the first, he said, and he maybe channeled that in a certain way that seemed to help his game tonight, isn't it?
Yeah, he was frustrated early. Things weren't going his way, and sometimes when you have that type of response in your toolbox, it's a good thing to use every now and then. And I thought he was real good after that. Made some plays, got rewarded with a goal, made some good defensive plays. So sometimes if you have it, use it, and maybe it brings out some of the better play in you.
Is this the best game Slepyshev has played this season?
I would say that's a good, fair evaluation. His minutes went up. He was quite effective all over the rink, I thought. Worked hard both ways. It was an effective game for him. That line was good for us. Good night.
So a solid team effort from Todd McLellan's club as they defeat the New Jersey Devils by a final score of 6-3. A much-needed victory. The Oilers improve to 2-2 on this current 5-game homestand. Another guy that had a strong night was Milan Lucic. He got into it with the fists. This was after a goal. It was the ensuing face-off. Lucic dropping the mitts with Dalton Prout. A couple of heavyweights. Guys you don't see that often in the NHL that much anymore. So this was an honest knuckle duster here between Lucic and Prout. Lucic also contributing on the score sheet, picking up a goal after Anton Slepyshev throws the puck towards the net. Lucic bangs it home off of his leg and in, and they all count. So Lucic and the Oilers with a much-needed 6-3 victory. Let's hear from the New Jersey Devils now.
Maybe not quite as sharp as I was the other night, just leaving a few pucks lying around and rebounds. But, like you said, 2 off shin pads, 2 great passes by, best player in the world, backdoor, and then obviously one there in the second that, I get a good look at that I should come up with. So, I'm disappointed myself with that one, and, we just tied it up too. So that's what I'm focused on and, want to be better on. So, again, like I said, I didn't feel awful, but obviously didn't play well enough to keep us in the game.
Rare night where you guys haven't been playing with the lead?
Yeah, again, we're pretty accustomed to playing with the lead, but, we've had to come back a few times, and, we weren't playing poorly after the second. Again, they got a lucky bounce to end the period and make it 4-2, but, if we had gotten the next one, it would have been a different game. Obviously, they got the 5th one first, and I think that kind of thwarted our comeback chances a little bit, but, again, we can be better, I think, just all around from me on out, and we'll have to find a way to end this road trip the right way and put a complete game together.
I can't remember the last time you even went to the bench and there was an empty net. Did you have any thoughts about trying to get back in when the play came back?
Yeah, I was kind of headed pretty hard. I was almost there, I think, when I looked up and saw it was coming out, and, I don't know if I would have been able to turn around and get there in time, and honestly, just judging by the pace of it coming out, I didn't think it was going to get down to our net like it did, and it just kept going, and Butchie made a great effort to try to get there, and it's tough because you're coming hard to the bench, and for me to stop and try to get back, I'm not sure how much of a difference it would have made, but it stinks to kind of get there and just have it go in right away and abandon your net like that.
Anything turned the game?
I thought that they made more plays than us tonight. We had good effort. Our attention to detail was there for the most part. I thought we just got to make more plays. Coming out of our end in the neutral zone, you could see that they were making passes, they were making plays, they were finding ways to come through the neutral zone and make plays and get offense. And I thought we had trouble doing that, and that's on mostly the forwards just being better with the puck and not spending so much time in our end.
You didn't get a chance to get on the power play tonight.
Yeah, that was a very clean game by them.
Do you feel like you guys were moving your feet and doing enough that it was just a clean game?
I think there was probably a couple instances where there could have been a penalty, but I thought for the most part it was a pretty evenly ref game. I think they only had 1 power play as well, so you can't complain. I thought we had our chances to make plays and to we got 3 goals. So you get 3 goals in this league, you should win. You got to find a way to defend better than we did.
You tie it up. It sucks the air out of the building. You think that would give you the momentum? What do you think happened?
Yeah, I think we've struggled with just handling momentum changes in the last few games. That's a part of the sport that there's not really a stat for. You have to be better at just kind of managing the situation and knowing when, okay, we've been hemmed in our end for a few minutes here. They've had some chances. Let's go down and play in their end and make some high percentage plays, and we have to get better at that.
At the end of the game, there was that puck going towards that empty net. Came off your stick. I mean, just what you're thinking at that moment.
Yeah, I was trying to make a play. I thought, sometimes on offense you just want to play instinctual, and obviously, the pass didn't work, but I didn't put it on any of their tape. It just a bad bounce, and it's the way hockey goes sometimes. When it rains, it pours. It seemed like everything kind of went in for them. Bounces off skates and everything tonight. So just got to forget about it.
Taylor, it still seems that there's a lot for this team to be proud of. John Taylor said that he felt that maybe there was a lack of killer instinct against a team that's been struggling this year. What did you feel in terms of that?
I just think we didn't play consistently enough through the game. I thought there was times where we had good opportunities and had good pushes. I thought early in the game they had momentum, and then we had momentum, and then we had really. I mean, we had some breakdowns in the D zone. They wound up scoring a few goals on it there.
Is this one a little bit more on the defensive zone coverage, whether it was a forward or a defenseman, in terms of the fact that you did get 3 goals?
3 goals in the defensive zone?
No, in other words, you scored 3. So is this one less about not scoring and more about not protecting your own net?
I wouldn't say on that. I just think when you look at the game, we had some mistakes, and I mean their top line, put some in the net, and we made some. We made some mistakes when the most deadly players on the ice were there. So we got to take some lessons from that, and I think we can be better. I think we can be better than we were tonight, and we got to have a day tomorrow to regroup and play a better game and make sure we finish the road trip better than we did tonight.
Your players have said that throughout, even after wins, that we can be better. Are you encouraged by that?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's, you've never arrived. You always want to try to be able to get better. You take the end results. Your process can't change regardless of the end result. So if you win, you never played a perfect game, and when you lose, sometimes it's not as bad as you think it is. But we'll go back, we'll watch the video, we'll have a good practice and meeting tomorrow, and make sure we clean up some of the areas we weren't good in tonight. And I think we all think we can be a little bit better than we were.
Can you do more to generate some some power plays? Just one for the 2 games on this road trip. Is that something you can do, or is that just the way it's being called?
Well, I think if we, I think sometimes you can put yourself in positions by the way you play to be able to get yourself on the power play. If you're a little bit harder on the puck, a little bit more attacking, get yourself, lots of times where you're playing with the puck a little bit more and more in the attack than we have been the last few games. Sometimes you get yourself in situations where you can draw a few more penalties.
They only got one.
John Hines, Taylor Hall, and Corey Schneider discussing their team's 6-3 defeat to the Edmonton Oilers. Taylor Hall, a goal and -2 in 2040 of ice time in this one as he returns to Edmonton for a second time as a member of the New Jersey Devils. One more look at tonight's game stats. The Oilers win at 6-3, 42-33. They win on the shot clock as well. They were good on the dot, 67%. 1 for 1 on the power play. They did not give up any penalty kill.
Edmonton Oilers.
All right, thanks a lot, Adam.
27 there, so a good disciplined night for the Oilers. Of course, Milan Lucic had a fighting major in this one, so they did have a penalty, but did not give any power plays to the Devils. The Oilers will look to end this 5-game homestand on a positive note in a Sunday matinee matchup against the Detroit Red Wings, That's a 2 o'clock face-off, so an early one, of course, we'll have you covered right here on EdmontonOilers.com. As always, thank you for tuning in to Oilers TV's live post-game show. The Oilers victorious, a 6-3 victory over the New Jersey Devils. Have a great night, everyone.